Welcome to the world of rare coins, where something as humble as a nickel might just be your ticket to a life of luxury. Imagine this: sitting in an old dresser drawer, or maybe even in your own pocket right now, could be a 1961 Jefferson nickel worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single nickel that could change your life forever. Before you dismiss this as just another coin tale, let me ask you, when was the last time you checked your loose change? Because by the end of this video, you might just be kicking yourself if you haven't already. Alright, so let's dig into the history behind this unique nickel. The 1961 Monticello Jefferson nickel might look like any ordinary nickel, but this seemingly common coin is loaded with hidden value. In 1961, no mint mark was added to these nickels. Now, at first glance, this seems unimportant, but it's this very lack that makes it special. In those days, the Philadelphia Mint didn't use a mint mark on most coins, which created a fascinating situation. Imagine a world where millions of these nickels were distributed across the country. To most people, these coins are just, well, nickels. But to the trained eye of collectors, every one of these coins represents a potential gold mine. What makes some of them worth so much more than others? Hold tight, because it's not what you'd expect. And don't worry if you're not a coin expert. Hey, you might still think Lincoln is on the nickel. But with just a little know-how, this could be your Eureka moment. So, what is it about this particular 1961 nickel that has collectors salivating? Let's talk about the two key factors, rarity and condition. First, rarity. Out of the millions of 1961 no-mint marked Jefferson nickels minted, only a handful are known to have survived in near-perfect condition. And it's the condition that separates $1 million coin from pocket change. Coins graded in pristine condition are incredibly scarce because, think about it, how many coins that have been circulated since 1961 would still be in mint state? Most of these nickels have seen wear and tear from decades of circulation. But those that escaped into collections or somehow avoided the wear, those are the diamonds in the rough. Now, if you're thinking, well, how rare can it be? Consider this: of the millions minted, only a few exist today in such high quality. And the demand among collectors for these pristine specimens has skyrocketed. The coin's design and historical value add another layer of intrigue, making it more than just a nickel. It's a piece of history. But we're not just talking about any rare coin. This is something far more intriguing. What if I told you there's a specific grading that turns this nickel into a literal $1 million piece? Alright, here's where the magic happens: the grading. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better quality. The 1961 Jefferson nickel that sold for $1.6 million was graded as mint state 67 plus full steps. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's with the full steps? Well, full steps refer to the small, intricate details of Thomas Jefferson's Monticello home, featured on the back of the nickel. Coins that have sharp, visible steps are incredibly rare, and full steps add exponential value. For a coin from 1961 to have full steps, it must have been minted under nearly perfect conditions, and remained untouched or undamaged since then. That's nearly impossible. Yet, for a select few, this is reality. And this is where I have to ask, are you starting to feel a little urge to check your loose change? Imagine the feeling of finding that one hidden treasure in your own home. It's excitement, it's disbelief, it's a once-in-a-lifetime rush. That's the world of rare coins. It's full of surprises that can turn ordinary people into overnight millionaires. And let's be honest, there's something incredibly empowering about being able to say, I found a rare coin worth millions of dollars. Now, here's where things get real. This isn't just about luck. If you're serious about finding valuable coins, you need to be able to recognize these rare features. And there's no time to waste. Why? Because every year, more of these coins are lost to time, damage, and wear, diminishing their numbers and making the ones that survive even more precious. So, grab a magnifying glass and go through those jars, drawers, and collections. Every coin tells a story, and who knows? You might be sitting on a piece of history worth millions. Before I reveal some pro tips on where to find these valuable coins in unlikely places, let's talk about one more twist to this story. Because, believe it or not, even worn or average looking coins can sometimes hold hidden value. Curious? Let's dive into that. You've learned the secrets of the 1961 Jefferson nickel, but what next? Where do you even start looking? Well, your journey could begin right in your own home. Check your old jars, boxes, and even that change in your car. And if you're visiting older relatives, see if they've kept any spare change over the years. Sometimes the best treasures are hiding in plain sight. Also, if you find a coin that looks promising, consider having it professionally graded to see if it holds any unexpected value. Trusted grading companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coins, potentially boosting their market value dramatically. Just imagine finding out that the nickel you've been tossing around for years could be worth more than your entire car. Every single coin tells a story, and some stories are worth millions. The question is, will you find yours? Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Take a chance, dig through those old boxes, and start your hunt. Because you never know, today could be the day you unlock a life-changing fortune. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more insider tips on rare and valuable coins, and share this video with anyone who might be overlooking their own hidden treasures. Have you ever casually looked at a nickel in your pocket and thought, what if this small coin is actually worth a fortune? Today, we're talking about one of the rarest finds in American coin collecting, the elusive 1967 Monticello Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, a nickel that some say could be worth up to a staggering $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. What looks like an ordinary piece of change could be the key to financial freedom. But there's a lot to unpack here. How do you know if your coin is one of these ultra-rare treasures? And why is this particular nickel so valuable? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and who knows, you might just be holding a piece of history worth millions. To understand the rarity of this coin, we need to rewind to 1967, a tumultuous time in American history. Amid the Vietnam War, civil rights movements, and a fluctuating economy, the U.S. Mint decided to make a change in how it handled its coins. Here's where things get interesting. To address a coin shortage, the U.S. Mint decided to omit mint marks on its coins from 1965 to 1967. This meant that the Jefferson nickels minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all look similar. So, technically, all 1967 nickels lack a mint mark. But, and here's the twist, not every one of these nickels is rare. In fact, most of them aren't. Now, don't go grabbing every 1967 nickel you come across just yet, thinking you're holding a small fortune. If it were that easy, we'd all be millionaires by now. So, what exactly sets this nickel apart from the others? Let's take a closer look. For a 1967 Jefferson nickel to be worth a significant amount, it needs to be in pristine condition. Experts call this level of quality MS65 or higher, meaning it has an incredibly sharp strike, impeccable surfaces, and no visible flaws. It's these exceptionally high-grade coins that can fetch impressive prices at auctions, sometimes even making headlines with values in the 6 or 7 figures. But that's not all. Collectors are particularly drawn to any 1967 Jefferson nickel with notable die varieties or minting errors. These tiny variations, like doubling on the lettering or an unusual edge finish, make certain coins incredibly valuable. And here's the kicker, some of these valuable nickels might be sitting forgotten in someone's collection, or even hiding in plain sight in circulation. But what would it actually take for a 1967 Jefferson nickel to be valued at $1.5 million? Stick around, because we're about to uncover what truly makes this coin a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Imagine discovering that your coin isn't just rare but a near-mythical treasure that collectors around the world would compete for at auction. Only a few 1967 Jefferson nickels are in such pristine, uncirculated condition. When one of these coins surfaces, it creates a ripple effect in the coin community, because a sale like this can redefine the market. But here's where you need to tread carefully. Many people are drawn in by stories of these high-value coins, only to realize they don't have the genuine article. Authentication is crucial, and that means going to a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations verify the authenticity and quality of coins, and without their seal of approval, even a seemingly rare coin won't command high bids. Now, you might be thinking, if I just shine my nickel enough, can I turn it into an MS-65? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. In the world of coins, natural beauty is everything. Cleaning can actually damage the surface and lower its value. So resist the urge to polish, and let the professionals handle it. So, let's answer the big question. Could your 1967 nickel be the $1 million find? The odds are small, but not impossible. If you have a collection or inherited one, it's worth taking a closer look. Who knows? That nickel tucked away in an old box or jar might just be a diamond in the rough. As we've seen today, the journey from pocket change to $1 million treasure is rare but very real. If you're inspired to dig through your coin collection or maybe even start one, remember that these stories are out there waiting to be discovered. The world of rare coins is more than just a hobby. It's a gateway to financial freedom and a piece of history that can be held in your hand. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of rare coins, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about hidden treasures and wealth secrets. And remember, whether or not you find that $1 million nickel, every coin has a story worth discovering. Imagine you're digging through a pile of loose change, quarters, pennies, dimes, nothing special, right? But then you come across an old nickel. It's from 1978 and doesn't have a mint mark. You shrug and drop it in your pocket, thinking it's just pocket change. Little did you know, this very coin could be worth up to $1.3 million. Yes, a single nickel. And right now, that nickel could be sitting, overlooked, in your own collection. Welcome back, and if you're here to learn which coins in your pocket could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the rare 1978 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, and why this one coin has collectors in a frenzy. Stick with me until the end because the difference between finding just another nickel and a life-changing treasure could be something you'd never guess. To really understand why this nickel is so unique, let's rewind a bit and look at what makes a coin valuable. In general, rare coins usually have some kind of defect, limited production, or a historical backstory. You'd be surprised how often mistakes in minting can lead to fortunes. Now, back in 1978, the Jefferson nickel was a standard circulation coin, produced in massive quantities. And while millions of these nickels were struck, one particular variety without a mint mark has captured the attention of collectors and numismatists worldwide. The missing mint mark, or the absence of the D for Denver or S for San Francisco, has sent its value into the stratosphere. And yes, you heard that right. One of these seemingly unremarkable nickels has reached up to $1.3 million at auction. But why? And how do you know if you've got the real deal? Stick around, because in a few moments, we'll reveal exactly what sets this nickel apart from the rest. Now, I bet you're wondering, how does a simple nickel from your loose change end up being worth more than a mansion? Could one of these be hiding in your junk drawer right now? We're getting there. Let's dive into what makes this coin so special and valuable. First, it's about scarcity. This 1978 Jefferson nickel is rare, but that rarity comes from a combination of factors, not just the missing mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint, which didn't mark its nickels, was the only one producing these in 1978. But here's the twist, not every no mint mark nickel is valuable. So what's the catch? The real value of these coins comes down to their condition and grade. In the coin world, quality means everything. Coins that have barely circulated, showing little to no wear, are graded much higher and are far more valuable. For this 1978 nickel, those in mint state, condition, nearly flawless, are what drive collectors wild. If you've got a nickel from 1978, in pristine condition without the mint mark, you could be looking at serious money. But even coins with slight wear can fetch thousands. So how can you tell if your nickel might be the one? Because let's be honest, most people don't even realize they could have a $1.3 million coin lying around in their change. But there are specific markers to watch for, things that separate a priceless gem from just another coin. Up next, we'll go over how to identify if your 1978 Noment marked nickel has what it takes. And trust me, you don't want to miss this part. Alright, here's where it gets real. If you think you might have a 1978 Noment marked Jefferson nickel, the first step is to take a good look at its condition. Examine it under strong light. Does it look almost new? Are the details, like Monticello and Jefferson's profile, sharp and clear? If it does, it's time to take the next step. A professional coin appraisal is essential. Certified coin graders have the skills to assess the condition accurately, and if you think you're sitting on $1 million piece, it's worth getting that expert opinion. Even a slight downgrade in condition can shift the value significantly, so you'll want to know exactly where your coin stands. If you've never done this before, don't worry. I'll tell you exactly how to find reputable, trustworthy graders who won't cut you short. And here's a tip: avoid showing it to your next-door neighbor, Bob, who insists he knows a guy. Bob's coin grading skills are probably a little rusty, don't you think? Now, if your 1978 Jefferson nickel does pass the grading test, there are two main avenues you can take: auction or direct sale. Major auction houses specialize in rare coins and reach global audiences. Imagine your humble nickel going under the hammer and fetching 6 or 7 figures. Direct sales are another option, especially with online marketplaces, where you might find collectors willing to pay top dollar immediately. Like any high-value transaction, selling rare coins involves some risks, especially online. So always do your research, and remember, you don't want to just sell your treasure, you want to maximize its worth. So, now you might be thinking, what if I don't have a 1978 Noment marked nickel? Are there other coins I should look for? Absolutely. Coins like the 1943 copper penny, the 1969 double die penny, and several others can be just as valuable. And in our next video, we'll dive into some of the most profitable coins hiding in plain sight, so you'll know exactly what to look for. If you've made it this far, congratulations! You're now one of the few who truly understand the hidden potential of that forgotten nickel. Remember, the opportunity for life-changing wealth can often be found in the smallest, most unexpected places, even in your loose change. If you're ready to start searching, hit that like button, and subscribe for more insights into the world of rare coins. With each video, we're uncovering the secrets behind coins that could make you a fortune, and you won't want to miss a single tip. Imagine reaching into an old drawer or forgotten piggy bank and pulling out a coin so rare, so incredibly valuable, that it could change your life. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1981 Mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. Yes, you heard that right, a simple nickel that's rumored to be worth up to $1.4 million. And you might have one of these lying around your house right now. But before you start digging through those coin jars, let's uncover why this nickel is so special, how it skyrocketed in value, and what you can do if you're lucky enough to have one. Now, some of you might be skeptical. A nickel worth over $1 million? Yes, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this nickel is so sought after and how its rarity can turn a pocket change find into a life-changing windfall. Let's set the scene. The year is 1981, and the United States Mint in Philadelphia is producing millions of Jefferson nickels featuring the iconic Monticello on the back. So, what makes this particular coin so rare? After all, it looks just like every other nickel you've seen, right? Well, here's where things get interesting. Despite its common appearance, the 1981 Mint Monticello nickel has a set of characteristics that separate it from the masses. You might think of it as the black sheep of nickels, ordinary on the outside, but hiding a fascinating secret. First, let's talk about mint errors. The Philadelphia Mint was notorious for some small but costly mistakes. In a moment, I'll reveal exactly what to look for on this coin, but hold tight because there's more to this story. Just because a coin has a mint error doesn't mean it's worth millions. But sometimes, in rare, almost mythic cases, a coin does. So, why exactly would a 1981 Jefferson nickel, which probably costs less than a fraction of a cent to produce, have collectors today willing to pay over $1 million for it? I'm about to reveal the first clue, and trust me, it's something you don't want to miss. Here's the secret. To put it simply, the 1981 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel isn't just rare, it's nearly impossible to find in perfect condition. You see, coins in circulation develop all sorts of wear and tear, scratches, smudges, and marks. But a few of these nickels manage to escape that fate. They remain in pristine, mint condition, untouched by time. Now, here's a fact that might surprise you. Of all the nickels produced that year, only a handful have been graded at the highest level by professional grading services like the PCGS or NGC. And it's these perfect coins that turn heads at auctions. One in pristine condition sold for well over $1 million, and that's why people are scouring their old collections and junk drawers in the hopes of finding one. But why should you care? Because the very same nickel could be sitting in your home right now, and if it is, it could be your ticket to the wealthy lifestyle you've dreamed of. And hey, I know some of you are thinking, great! Let me grab my magnifying glass and start searching. Just remember, you're looking for something very specific. I'm not suggesting you toss your whole coin jar on eBay just yet. Now let's get into the finer details, the key markings and features that make this nickel unique, and how to distinguish it from the millions of ordinary nickels that look just like it. Alright, so you've dug up a 1981 nickel and are ready to see if it's the one. Here's what you need to look for. Start by checking the coin's grade. If you're unsure, get it appraised by a professional grading service. I'll emphasize this, condition is everything. Even a tiny scratch can mean the difference between a few bucks and a few million. Next, examine the mint mark closely. If you see a P marking under the date, that's the Philadelphia mint mark. Now, is the coin free of wear and imperfections? Only a near-flawless specimen will fetch top dollar. If your coin meets these conditions, you might have a hidden fortune in your hands. But if you're not sure, take action now. Reach out to reputable coin appraisers and auction houses. Time is crucial because as more people realize the potential of this coin, the market could shift, and values could change. Imagine, right now, someone is sitting with $1 million nickel in their pocket, completely unaware. What if that someone was you? What would you do if tomorrow you discovered you've been holding onto a small fortune without even knowing it? We've come full circle, from an ordinary-looking coin to one of the rarest and most valuable finds in U.S. currency. Whether or not you find the 1981 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel in your collection, remember, sometimes, the treasures in life are closer than we think. It's about recognizing potential and seizing opportunities when they present themselves. So, are you ready to dig through your old coins and see if your financial freedom is hiding right there in a jar? If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more treasure hunting tips, and share this with someone you think might have their fortune hiding in plain sight. Stay tuned, because next time, we'll reveal other common coins worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Don't miss out, and remember, that ordinary penny, nickel, or dime might just change your life. Did you know a simple nickel, specifically, the 1982 D Monticello Jefferson nickel, could be worth over $1 million? Yes, you heard that right, $1.4 million. Imagine, an unassuming coin in your pocket could actually make you a millionaire. How would you spend that money? And are you sure you aren't missing out on this hidden fortune? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coin collecting, and I'm here to help you uncover the secrets of this Jefferson nickel, the story behind it, why it's worth so much, and most importantly, how you can find out if you own one. But first, a quick question. When was the last time you actually looked at the coins in your wallet or jar? Chances are, some of you haven't even considered their value, but today could change that forever. So, let's unlock this coin's story, discover what makes it worth a small fortune, and see if you might already have one hiding in plain sight. Alright, so let's talk about what makes this 1982 D Monticello Jefferson nickel so incredibly valuable. For starters, this is no ordinary nickel. But before we get into the specifics, let's set the stage with a bit of history on the Jefferson nickel itself. In 1938, the United States Mint released the Jefferson nickel, designed by Felix Schlag. Over the years, these nickels were mass-produced, making them one of the most common coins in circulation. But even among billions of coins, there are rare gems that have come out of minting errors, unique compositions, and very low production runs. Here's where it gets exciting. In 1982, the Denver Mint, the D on the coin stands for Denver, produced a batch of nickels that, for a long time, were just considered regular currency. But then, an unusual specimen was discovered. This one coin had slight differences that made collectors and experts pause. So, what exactly makes this coin worth $1.4 million? Let's talk details. This isn't about the year alone or the D mint mark. It's about the condition and the tiny details you might overlook. For example, a sharp eye can tell if the Monticello building on the coin's reverse side has perfect clarity, or if there are any distinctive features that set it apart. And here's a pro tip: if your coin looks too perfect, that might be a good thing. Perfect coins are rare, and rare coins are worth big bucks. Have you ever looked at your coins that closely? Think about it this way: you've probably never scrutinized a nickel so intensely since you were a kid. But hey, no judgment here. You're now on the hunt for $1 million treasure. Now, back to the story. Over the years, coin collectors and experts have sought these rare 1982 D nickels, and it's created a bit of a frenzy. Why? Because even slight changes or imperfections can mean everything in the world of coin valuation. Coins with slight minting errors or ones that remain in pristine, untouched condition fetch higher prices at auctions. Let's take a quick pause here. Imagine this: you're standing in an auction room. The energy is electric. The bid starts at $10,000, and within minutes, it escalates to $100,000, then $500,000. Your heart races as the numbers climb, knowing that one of these coins just might be sitting in a box in your closet. Are you excited yet? Alright, so let's get practical. What should you be looking for if you think you might have this rare coin? First, make sure it has the 1982 date and the D mint mark. Now, take a closer look at the condition. Does it have any unique features, like an error in the Monticello engraving? Are there tiny details that don't match typical nickels from that year? These small details are key. Coin grading experts evaluate these characteristics on a scale, and the closer your coin is to mint state, or uncirculated, the higher its value. Think of it as the difference between a car with 0 miles on it and one that's been driven for years. And let's be real here, it's not every day you get the chance to turn loose change into a fortune. But here's the twist: even if you don't find the $1 million nickel right away, there's a surprising number of old coins you might own that have incredible value. So, if you're wondering what other coins could make you rich, stay with me. We'll be covering a few bonus coins to keep an eye out for in just a minute. But before that, let's get back to why this 1982 D is such a jackpot find. Now, here's the most crucial part. If you think you've spotted this 1982 D Monticello Jefferson nickel or any other rare coin, don't sit on it. Don't let it gather dust on your dresser. Take it to an expert or a certified coin dealer. Trust me, knowing the true value could change everything for you and your family. Think about what you could do with $1.4 million. Would you travel the world? Pay off your mortgage? Set up your family for generations to come? The opportunity is here, right in front of you. But here's the thing: rare coins don't stay hidden forever, and the demand for them only grows as they become more well-known. And with each passing year, the chances of stumbling upon these treasures get slimmer. So, don't wait until it's too late. And hey, if you don't find $1 million coin, at least now you'll have a cool story to tell. Did I ever tell you about the time I became a coin detective? So, here's your next move. Right after this video, go and check your collection, your drawers, even that old piggy bank. You never know, the next big auction-worthy nickel could be sitting right under your nose. And remember, this isn't just about nickels. Many coins you might consider ordinary could hold incredible value. So, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned as we explore more of these fascinating stories, one coin at a time.